A quality man isn't looking for perfection. He's looking for presence, for the kind of woman who changes how he feels about himself and his life. The women who attract the most devoted, high-quality men aren't necessarily the youngest or the most conventionally beautiful. They possess something deeper, something that speaks to a man's soul rather than just his eyes. I'm Vernon. In this video, I'll reveal 4 secrets to attracting quality men, not tricks or games, but fundamental truths that turn casual interest into deep connection and lasting commitment. Attraction after 60 isn't about youth or competition with younger women. It's about timeless qualities that high-value men never stop seeking. Qualities that actually become more refined and powerful with age and experience. Before we dive into these life-changing insights that could transform how you see your own magnetic power, hit that like button and subscribe to this channel for more wisdom on love after 60. And here's the first secret that might completely shift how you think about your own irresistible appeal. Number 1. Authentic confidence. Real attraction begins with authentic confidence. It doesn't need to prove, persuade, or shout. It simply exists in the way a woman owns her worth. Quality men are drawn to women who don't apologize for who they are. They're tired of relationships where they have to constantly reassure someone of their value, or where every conversation becomes about insecurities that need managing. What they find magnetic is a woman who owns her story, all of it. Authentic confidence at our age isn't about pretending we don't have wrinkles or gray hair. It's about carrying ourselves like women who have lived, learned, and emerged with wisdom. It's about not shrinking when we enter a room, not diminishing our accomplishments when we speak, not apologizing for taking up space in this world. Men can sense the difference between a woman who's trying to convince herself she's worthy and one who simply knows it. That knowing, that's what stops them in their tracks. Eleanor Roosevelt captured this beautifully when she said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." This isn't just pretty words, it's the foundation of the kind of confidence that quality men find irresistible. When you stop seeking external validation, something shifts in how you move through the world. You ask for what you want without apologizing. You state your opinions without prefacing them with, "I might be wrong, but..." You dress in ways that make you feel powerful, not in ways designed to make others comfortable with your existence. A confident woman at 60 has something that younger women often don't. The security that comes from having survived life's storms and emerged intact. You've raised families, built careers, weathered losses, celebrated victories. That's not something to hide, it's something to own. But here's the key distinction. Authentic confidence isn't about being right all the time or never showing vulnerability. It's about being secure enough in yourself to be real, to admit when you don't know something, to laugh at your own mistakes, to show up as your full, complicated, beautiful human self without needing anyone's permission. I'm curious about your relationship with confidence. Have you noticed how your sense of self has evolved over the decades? What would you tell your younger self about owning her power? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your wisdom might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. When a quality man meets a woman with authentic confidence, he doesn't see someone he needs to fix or save. He sees someone who could be his equal partner, his complement, his match. And that recognition, that's where real attraction begins. But confidence alone isn't enough. What truly holds a man's heart is how safe you make him feel. Number 2, emotional warmth. What makes a man stay, not just visit, it's the sense of emotional safety, knowing he's accepted as he is without judgment. Maya Angelou understood this deeply when she observed, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. This is particularly true for quality men, who often spend their days in competitive environments where vulnerability is seen as weakness. Quality men stay where they feel emotionally safe, not criticized or constantly evaluated. They're drawn to women who offer refuge from the harsh judgments of the world, women who see their efforts, appreciate their intentions, and respond to their humanity with kindness. My neighbor, Olwen, who at 61 found herself in the most beautiful love story I've ever witnessed. After her divorce, she had built a peaceful life, a small garden where she grew herbs, a reading nook by her kitchen window, a way of listening that made everyone feel heard. When she met Thomas at a community lecture on local history, she didn't try to impress him with her accomplishments or win him with her beauty. Instead, she simply treated him with the same gentle warmth she showed everyone, asking about his work as a retired teacher, remembering details about his grandchildren, creating space for him to share his thoughts without rushing to judgment or advice. Over months of friendship that slowly deepened, Thomas found himself looking forward to their conversations in a way he hadn't experienced in years. With Olwen, he told me one evening, "I can finally breathe. I don't have to be perfect or have all the answers. I can just be myself, and somehow that's enough for her." This is what emotional warmth does. It doesn't just attract men, it transforms them. When a man feels truly accepted, he becomes more generous, more open, more willing to invest deeply in the relationship. He stops performing and starts connecting. Emotional warmth isn't about being a doormat or accepting poor behavior. It's about responding to his humanity with compassion while maintaining your own boundaries. It's about seeing the person beneath the public persona and appreciating him for who he is, not who you think he could become. At our age, we have a particular gift for this kind of warmth. We've learned that everyone carries invisible burdens. We've developed the patience that comes from understanding that people do their best with the resources they have. We've discovered that criticism rarely changes anyone, but acceptance often inspires growth. When you create emotional safety for a quality man, you become irreplaceable to him, not because he's dependent on you, but because with you, he can be the fullest version of himself. And that feeling, that's what turns attraction into devotion. Now, you can save this video now so you can return to these insights whenever you need a reminder of your true power in love. And once a man feels safe, what inspires him most is the way you carry yourself. Number 3, self-possession, owning your value. There's nothing more magnetic than a woman who knows she is enough, self-possessed, whole, and unwilling to trade her dignity for affection. High-quality men respect women who don't need to prove themselves or seek constant validation. They're looking for equals, not projects. They want women who add richness to their lives, not complications or drama rooted in insecurity. Self-possession means you know your worth isn't dependent on whether he calls, texts back immediately, or chooses you over someone else. You have a full, meaningful life that includes him but doesn't revolve around him. You contribute to the relationship from abundance, not need. This might be the hardest secret to embrace because our culture teaches women to chase love, to make ourselves more convenient, more accommodating, more whatever we think will keep him interested. But quality men are actually turned off by this energy. They can sense desperation, even when it's dressed up as enthusiasm. A self-possessed woman at 60 has particular advantages. You've likely learned that your happiness can't be outsourced to another person. You've built friendships, interests, maybe careers or creative pursuits that fulfill you. You understand that a man should enhance your life, not complete it. When you truly own your value, several things happen. You stop overthinking every text message or analyzing every conversation for signs of his interest level. You don't rearrange your schedule every time he's available. You maintain your friendships, your hobbies, your personal goals, regardless of your relationship status. Most importantly, you don't negotiate your standards or compromise your values to keep someone who isn't truly choosing you. You understand that the right person will appreciate what you bring to the table, and the wrong person's opinion doesn't matter anyway. This isn't about playing hard to get or following dating rules. It's about genuinely being so grounded in your own worth that you can't be shaken by someone else's uncertainty about you. When a man senses this in a woman, he either steps up to meet her at that level, or he reveals himself as someone who wasn't worthy of her time anyway. Self-possession also means you're comfortable with silence, with not filling every pause in conversation, with letting him wonder about you sometimes. You have depth, mystery, layers that unfold over time rather than revealing everything about yourself in the first few conversations. Quality men find this magnetic because it suggests a woman who has lived, who has substance, who won't lose herself in the relationship. They can trust that you'll remain the interesting, complete person they fell for, not disappear into their life or expectations. Oscar Wilde captured this perfectly in his wit. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. At 60, you have the life experience to know this isn't just clever advice. It's the foundation of all meaningful connection. Still, there's one last secret, one that makes you unforgettable. Number 4. Playful lightness. Love thrives when there's playful lightness. That spark of laughter and spontaneity that reminds him relationships aren't only about effort, but about joy. Quality men treasure women who can still laugh, tease, and find wonder in simple moments. After decades of responsibilities, pressures, and life's inevitable sorrows, a woman who can still access joy becomes incredibly precious. She reminds him why life is worth living fully. I think of my friend Alva. At 64, she had been widowed for 8 years after a 35-year marriage. She'd done the grief work, built a new identity as a single woman, and was genuinely content with her life.
When she met David at her nephew's wedding, she wasn't looking for love. She was just enjoying the celebration. During the reception, Alva kicked off her heels and danced barefoot to an old jazz standard, laughing as she spun with her great niece, completely absorbed in the music and the moment. David, watching from across the room, later told her, "That's the moment I knew I wanted forever with you. Not when you looked perfect in your dress or when you were making polite conversation. When you were dancing barefoot, lost in pure joy, that's when I saw your soul." This is what playful lightness does. It reveals the eternal part of you, the part that remains untouched by age or circumstance. It shows a man that being with you won't just be comfortable or stable, it will be alive. At our age, playfulness isn't about being silly or immature. It's about maintaining your sense of wonder, your ability to find humor in life's absurdities, your willingness to be spontaneous. It's about not taking yourself so seriously that you forget how to play. Charlie Chaplin, in his wisdom about life and laughter, once reflected, "A day without laughter is a day wasted." This isn't just about entertainment. It's about resilience, perspective, and the kind of lightness that makes even ordinary moments feel special. Playful lightness might mean teasing him gently about his obsession with weather reports, suggesting an impromptu picnic when the day is perfect, or dancing in your kitchen while making dinner together. It's about showing him that with you, life doesn't have to be heavy all the time. Men who have lived long enough to know what matters are drawn to women who remind them that joy is still possible, that wonder hasn't died, that there are still reasons to smile every day. Your playfulness gives him permission to access his own. If this wisdom is resonating with your heart, share this video with a friend who needs to remember her own magnetic power, or save it to return to whenever you need a reminder of all the beautiful ways you can attract lasting love. Because at the end of the day, quality men aren't chasing youth. They're chasing depth, peace, and joy. And you, at this stage of life, have the capacity to offer all three.
To draw quality men into your life, embody 4 qualities. Authentic confidence that never apologizes for who you are. Emotional warmth that makes him feel safe. Self-possession that keeps your worth intact. And playful lightness that makes love a joy. The right man doesn't fall for surface attractions that fade with time. He falls for the woman who makes him feel valued, safe, inspired, and alive. He chooses the woman whose presence enhances his world rather than complicating it. You have advantages now that you didn't have at 25 or 35. You know yourself. You're not trying to figure out who you are while building a relationship. You've developed the patience, wisdom, and emotional security that quality men find irresistible. The poet Rumi understood the deepest truth about attraction when he wrote, "Let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you really love. It will not lead you astray." When you embody these 4 secrets, you become that magnetic pull for the right person. Do you have a question, a personal insight, or a story of your own about discovering your own irresistible qualities or attracting genuine love? Share it in the comments below. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more wisdom on creating lasting love and deep emotional connection, especially in this beautiful season after 60. You can look in the description for more uplifting videos that I'm sure will resonate deeply with your heart. And I'm Vernon. Thanks for watching my video.